Hey guys, there were a few things that I forgot in my junior high videos, which were two parts, which were long enough as it is. Um, but I just wanted to add this little piece here. The teacher's name who I had in 8th and ninth grade was Dr. Boggs. It was not a mister, it was a doctor. That's why I couldn't remember it. But Dr. Boggs. And I actually see him at the post office the other day, but he didn't recognize me, and I didn't quite recognize him. I didn't realize it was him until I got the car, so we didn't even know each other. One other really important thing that I forgot to mention was in 8th grade. I used to ride the bus home every day. That was my thing because the school was, it was a while. It was a few miles. It was what, 20 miles away from where I live. So I had to ride the bus. And every day I would ride the bus home. And one year, it was in 8th grade. I got a new cell phone, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was my first contract phone. I'm thinking it was my first contract phone. I mean, I carried my mom's phone a lot, and I had a prepaid phone. But this one was actually on a contract. It was the first one I'd ever had, and the phone costed $240 with no rebates. It was through Sprint. This phone could do everything. This phone could do anything a normal phone can do nowadays, only this was years ago. Picture messaging, which, wasn't really big, this phone could do it. Watching video on your phone, which is still not really a big thing, I could do it. This phone did everything. It was an amazing phone. Color screen on both the inside and outside. The only thing that it lacked was the camera was not any kind of megapixel, which, wasn't really out then. But I got this phone, and I was showing it off to a few of my friends, and a few of my friends passed it off to their friends one day on the bus, and it never came back around. It never came back around to me. And it wasn't until I started getting close to my house I was like, okay, who's got my phone? They was like, well, I gave it to such and such, and she's like, well, I gave it to blah blah blah. Anyway, eventually it got down to I gave it to Michael, and we're like, well, Michael got off 3 stops ago. Who did he give it to? And it never came back around. So I contacted the school, told them what happened, told them, it wasn't during school, so you can't get me in trouble for that. It was on the bus. Someone stole my phone, a $250 phone in which I did not have insurance for. The phone has been suspended, but I need it back. We got the police involved. They did searches of lockers, and turns out they started pulling classes on people who rode the bus. They had anyone who rode that bus basically pulled off to the side and said that they would start conducting searches. Now, they didn't tell them that it was illegal for them to search them. They just thought that they could. So luckily, one guy got scared. He was 18, and he was in the 10th or 11th grade. He failed that many times. He was obviously a no good for nothing. His name was Michael, and he was the one that took it. He turned it over to the police, and they found a lot of disturbing stuff on it that he had left for when I got it back. I don't know what that stuff was because they deleted it before I got the phone back. They got the phone back to me. I kept that phone for about 6 more months until we switched to Verizon. I think it was Verizon. Pretty sure it was. It may not have been. I think we originally were with US Sailor. We went to Sprint, and I think we ended up leaving Sprint, but I don't remember where we went. It might have been Verizon, sure enough. We just moved our way up. So, that was kind of big that happened. My bus driver's name was Gay Queen. I kid you not. She does not drive that route anymore. That was a really good part of the day, Gay Queen. Yeah. So much more stuff I could tell you guys, and the thing is, you don't really know what you're going to remember and forget when you get older. And you kind of want to log all this stuff and say, you know what? I remember this from back then, and that was great times, and I want to remember that. But the stuff that I've told you today, I may remember every bit of it, and the stuff that I'm thinking right now that I'm not telling you, I may forget. And that's sad. I don't want to forget that stuff. but a lot of it's personal, so I'm not going to really go into it. But anyways, that's just my update. This will be part 3, and that's done with the series. Sorry guys that it went so long. I'll talk to you later.